for tuning in to National Sports Chat. But hold on, let me see. All right, so now we're definitely live, man. Forgive us for, what I'm saying, for taking it a little too long. But let me see. Hey, Dave, I don't see. Hold on. Hey, 1 second, y'all.
Do you see the live stream?
All right, so we actually live in a different. Yeah, I see it. All right, man. Thank y'all for tuning in again, man. I got my co-host with me, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself again, Fanatic.
Hey, this your boy Sports Fanatic, man. Appreciate y'all for being back and having me on.
Okay, I can't even really hear. Hold on, let me see. Go ahead, Fanatic.
Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
sir. Okay, all right. We
Okay, that's a bet. I said I'm back. I'm
okay.
back.
Yes,
Let's talk
sir.
business.
All
We got some
right,
time
man. So
to
we
talk.
got it ain't even no games to be played right now, man. You just got to get straight, straight into it, man, and talk about it. So first, man, I know you didn't get a chance to watch the game, but I was able to watch it. You know what I'm saying? I watched the So Icy game, championship versus
Them Buckeyes.
but yeah, versus the Buckeyes. And one of the things, man, that I got from both teams, so Icy is a really good team, man. I think I'm with you, far as the status, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Buckeyes is one of those teams that you really can't say that, so Icy is basically, at that, at the pinnacle because they're still an up and coming team.
Right.
But I can say this, they're looking really good, you know what I'm saying? Outside of some turnovers, minus the turnovers, they got a really good passing game. They can run the ball, but I think, far as mixing it up, I don't think they was able to do that too much due to the fact, the turnovers and stuff. But overall, I definitely see a promising future for the eight U Buckeyes, Georgia Buckeyes. And far as with the, with So Icy, Dakota, man, that
He,
young dude, man,
he's different.
yeah, he's just different, man. It's like when he get the ball, it's just automatically touchdown. So what they do is it seemed like they allow the young fella, the quick one, to go
Right.
to work, and then he go to work, and then it's just like, all right, let's stop playing. They give it to Dakota, and one time, and then he go score the touchdown. So I believe, man. So Icy, they have, the goods, they have what it takes. But like I said, man, any team that's hey, what's up, Coach Dede? Any team that's basically disciplined, that stays home, and that's a great tackling team. What's up, Coach Tim? Coach Dede, Coach Tim, what's up? So any team that that's disciplined and stay home, which I think South Carolina, that
Right.
team was, they have a really good chance to beat a So Icy team. But one of the things, bro, before I hand this over, that kid is going to be another either Cipher,
Right.
another Jaden Jefferson, or
Mhm.
I'm gonna say he, if he learn how to, read the offense, I mean the defenses, he gonna be another Kane Archer. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because at 8 years old, the way the young man throw the football, man, it's amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just one of those situations where I'm gonna hike the ball and just throw it. Like he's very accurate, when he's able to throw the pass. You know what I'm saying? So uh, that's my take on that. But what do you think about the Georgia Buckeyes, and what also do you feel about the So Icy winning the championship?
I think so. Icy is a good team. I think they a good middle team. Like, I don't think that they are a national championship team yet. They missing a few more pieces. They missing a different offensive scheme. You really made me open my eyes to they really don't have a downhill scheme. Their whole scheme is we're gonna run to the left and right, to
Mm-hmm.
the outside, east and west all day, and we're gonna try to find a hole. But you can't find those holes on SED and RDU and
Mm-hmm.
Bessemer. You can't find those holes because they've already locked that down.
Right.
The Georgia Buckeyes, I think they throw the ball too much.
Right.
Like for 8U, they're throwing the ball. I think they may throw the ball like 10, 15 times a game.
Bro, I'm gonna say this though. He's accurate.
But when he's on, he's on. Matter of fact, he's on a lot, but they're 8, so they don't catch everything like they 12 or 11. At
Man.
11, 12, 13, they catching those balls. At 8, those balls don't always get caught.
Bro,
And, and
I don't know what game you've been watching. I'm gonna tell you the game that I've
uh-huh.
been watching. The game that I've been watching, they ain't dropped the pass. And then number 6 is a dog. Number 2 is a dog. Number 3 is a dog. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was the coach for the Georgia Buckeyes, one of the things that I would do, I would allow number 3 to actually be the person to run the ball. Because when you look at it, bro, if you get a chance to go watch the game, number 3, when he passed the ball, when he ran the ball, he was just as quick as Dakota. He was just as quick as the running back that they have, the other running back, that's very quick. He gave he gave the defense issues. You see what I'm saying? Versus when the other young man was running it, he was getting yards, but it was like, he kind of finessed this way. Like he wasn't just, hitting the holes and stuff like that. So what I would have on the times that I need like a maybe 2 yards, 2 or 3 yards, then I would have put the other running back in. So I would have let number 3 eat a little bit more, and I would have mixed it up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
the passing game was definitely on. It just was the turnovers that actually hurt them. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say stop passing as much. I would say mix it up a little bit more.
But
You know
think
what I'm
about
saying?
this, man. When they played Twin City, I feel like that's why they didn't win the game. I feel like they didn't win the game because you passing the ball too much, and those can be drive killers at 8. Like that's a drive. That's a whole loss of a down.
I'm gonna have
As
to
opposed
disagree,
to
coach. I'm gonna have
run
to
that ball, like run the ball, man.
I'm gonna have to
On 8U,
disagree
I'm
with
running
you.
the ball on 8U. I'm not throwing the ball on 8U. If I can throw the ball 5 times on 8U, I'm good.
Yeah, but
I'm
this is why I gotta disagree with you. I gotta disagree with you because remember when they didn't pass the ball when they was on the 2 yard line, and then they end up not scoring. You know what I'm saying? That was their identity. So if I get you down and I got a very tall wide receiver that's taller than everybody else, I'm just lobbing the ball up. I'm gonna do that maybe at least 2 times. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do that. They just tried to run the ball in. Twin City was able to stop the run. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So
But that's the
we
thing. Why are
so
you shouldn't be lobbing it at 8 anyway. Run the ball. Teach the kids to run the ball.
that's what they did, but they didn't get in the end zone. So
I
we
don't
saying stop going with what works. And then
it
you basic
don't work though. They done lost like 2 or 3 games now, coach. So if they done
bro,
lost 2 or 3 games, that passing, I feel like you got to take the passing out so much if it's because if that was the case, they'll be winning way more games.
I'm gonna
Like
say this. It was 8-6 Georgia Buckeyes at the halftime. The difference was they were actually they were actually hold on. So icy was basically like I guess getting stopped, right? They wasn't as potent as they was in the second half, right? So when you look at the way that the Georgia Buckeyes playing, Georgia Buckeyes, they won that first half handily, right?
right.
And they should have went into the half when it was like I want to say about 14-6. They should have went in the half, right? They didn't score. They were running the ball again. You feel what I'm saying? So I think actually what happened was they turned the ball over. So the mistakes that they made is what hurt them. right? If they play So Icy again, I don't think So Icy is 29 points better than them.
Right.
If they take care of the ball, that's the only difference. You feel what
So
I'm
what? So
saying?
what you saying is their identity is throwing the ball, and that they need to basically live and die by that identity. Like if you're
Yeah,
gonna throw the ball, throw that thing. That I can agree with. Then if you
right.
saying like if you're gonna throw the ball, commit to it. Don't
I'm
try to stray from it.
I'm saying mix it up.
Okay.
I'm saying do a better job at mixing it up, right?
Right.
Cause here's the thing. If you do a better job at disguising your plays, right? And you don't know whether or not they're gonna run or pass, that makes them very hard to beat. Because now it's like, okay, the kids, oh, is he gonna run it or is he gonna pass it? When you got them thinking, then it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? Versus are they gonna pass this one? They gonna
Right.
pass that one. You know, so I'm for them
You
mixing
right.
it
You
up.
right. I didn't heard that on other sidelines when people play the Buckeyes, they know when they're gonna pass the ball.
Right. So
95% of the time they're right. So you right.
and just think about it though. When they do pass the ball, they still get
Right.
the catch on most times. So I want to say that the young man had to be like uh probably like 9 from 16, you know, far as passing and stuff like
Hmm.
that. So that's a pretty good ratio when you look
Right.
at it. I just need to mix it up. And who I'm going to mix it up with is number 3 because he can match the type of defense that they bring, which is speed and, you know, in a rush, a pass rush. You feel
Right.
what I'm saying? So he can hit the holes just like the other not Dakota, but the other running back for So Icy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But So Icy, I think, is a really good team. You
Me too.
know, they're
Me
very
too.
exciting. Like I said, you know, they're
One of the
very
most exciting teams in football, like in
hands
youth
down.
football.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like I said, they go with play against a team like the SED or Bessemer, anybody they can get their defensive end to stay home. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna have trouble, you know, but that's if the team doesn't have a good like linebacker or something like that. Now, if the team has a good linebacker and 2 disciplined defensive end, then so actually gonna have a little bit of trouble because they don't pass the ball. You know, I
Right.
haven't seen a mixture of, you know, of both, like where they pass the ball. And this is the time to actually do it in the
Right.
preseason to show
Right. Right.
that,
Right. Right.
you
Right.
know
To
what I'm
learn.
saying? Like to show that you actually capable of passing the ball and mixing it up as well. We know Georgia Buckeyes are even though they lost, I just don't believe that they are uh 29 points better than Georgia Buckeyes. But I do believe right now they are the better team. You know
Right.
what I'm
Georgia
saying?
Buckeyes gonna be great in like September. That's when they're gonna start hitting it. Towards the end of August, they're gonna hit their stride. They're playing a lot of football right now. So when later on in the season, we're gonna see a different Buckeyes team for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, I definitely believe that. So we gonna go to the next one, man. Your favorite. So you and I was on the sideline. We had a lot to say. We had a lot to say about some of the stuff that was going on. Dixon Family Bulldogs. Appreciate you being in here, man. What's up, man? Coach Day says he said I feel like it's an advantage at that age who's teaching coverage or dropbacks.
You're right.
Exactly,
Nobody
right?
ain't
And I,
teaching that at an 8. Yeah.
yeah, and exactly. That's why I feel like this young man is gonna be, you know, aligned with the best of them, like the ciphers and stuff. Because Cipher, when he was 10 years old, 9 years old, you know what I'm saying? That man was passing the ball like that. So he kind of remind me of him. Uh LeMay says, did you record the ATL Vikings versus Eastside Raven? I started, you know, the first quarter, but you know, my all my SD, man, I ran out of space, so I only got the first quarter. But that's a game, man. Yeah, that game right there, it it showed that that was the first week that they ever played. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Yeah. So I'm not going to really elaborate on that, but man, I want to say the other Vikings. Hold on one second. I don't know what just happened. Oh, the other Vikings, I'm not sure with their team, but they pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? But like
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, man. It wasn't eye candy. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot of coverages being blown and all that stuff. So um yeah, man. I'll come to one of y'all games, but I couldn't stay for that one. I definitely couldn't stay for that one. But so what were your thoughts on the Eagles? And let's first, before we get into that, I gotta say that I'm 1-0. I gotta let it be on the record, since this is one that we already talked about, right?
Right.
And I already tried to tell y'all that the Eagles was selfish on defense. You know what I'm saying? But I'm 1-0 and you 0-2, right?
I went two.
0-2. So give me
TMT
your.
versus Dream Chasers. I said Dream Chasers. TMT won.
Mm-hmm,
Georgia Eagles versus Miami Ravens. I said Miami Garden Ravens will win. Georgia Eagles won. I'm
mm-hmm.
0-2, everybody.
Yeah. So what's your breakdown? What you get from it?
Man, I think that the Miami Gardens Ravens, if they play this game 2 weeks from now, I think they win. I I think they win. I really do, man.
Are you?
I think their offense really is high powered. I just think that the coach came out with the wrong mindset. So it goes back to passing again, how we were just talking. I think that their coach, so you come out of the gate, you get a great stop or whatever on a Georgia Eagles offense. You pass the ball, you get a pass interference. You're on like your 10. Now you move up to your maybe your 15, your 20. Okay, now let's run the ball. Instead, he throws three more passes back to back to back. Punt. That's a drive killer. Like the whole momentum is shifted now. Like you had momentum, now you lose it. Like I felt like it was just a lot of bad calls on the Miami Garden Ravens side. Not to take nothing from the Georgia Eagles though. Georgia Eagles defensive line. I mean, yeah, them boys are stingy. That's a stingy D line. Like I ain't gonna lie, Voodoo gonna have something to say about that at Warzone. But that's a stingy D line, man.
Hey, hold on,
I ain't
caller.
gonna lie, man.
Hold on, caller.
They offense need, but their offense has a
Hey, hold
lot of
on,
work
caller.
they got to do. Like I think their offense got a lot of development.
Hold on. Let's not go past that voodoo statement. I'm not
Uh,
gonna go. Hold on. So you think Voodoo got a chance to actually beat the Georgia Eagles?
yes, yes,
What?
yes,
Are you?
man.
Hey, are you serious?
I'm on record. Look, man. I'm on record. I think Voodoo
Oh, God.
can beat the Georgia Eagles, man. I really do.
Hey, bro. Everybody in the world know Voodoo is my team, right?
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
rocking with Voodoo since RDU,
Right.
right? They not beat no Georgia Eagles, brother.
No chance.
No chance. And it might be a blowout. And I'm gonna just be honest with you. It might be a blowout.
Disrespectful, Ken. You being
I
disrespectful.
I like Voodoo, bro. But
You
you're not understanding. You're not understanding literally what Georgia Eagles are bringing right now. They're bringing the pain. They're bringing lumber.
it
First of
hurt.
all, they got a secondary. See, you remember when I was telling you about RDU when they was playing versus the rare breeds and stuff like that?
Right, right, right.
I said that RDU, you know what I'm saying, they had a better secondary. And I said that the rare breeds.
Matchmakers.
Oh, matter of fact, it was Trauma Unit at the time. Trauma Unit got a better front and whatever. Bro, Georgia Eagles got a better front and a
Matchmakers.
better secondary. And bro,
Yes.
ain't
It's
Front,
nobody.
matchmakers.
yes.
State your name.
Secondary, it's not better. It's good. I mean, they secondary.
State your name. Who's calling?
I don't know, man. It's hard.
What?
Georgia Eagles defense is like that. I can't even deny. I'm not going to even try to pick.
You hold up,
Georgia Eagles defense is like that. They
bro.
are one of the best
Okay.
defenses
Hold
I've
on.
seen
I'll
at
bring you.
TU.
I'll bring you into the show. Hold on.
I
I
just
sat
man,
there
it's
and literally watched them play against Twin City
right,
Hey,
with
right,
Demetrius.
number
You
44,
mute
big
the
man,
your device in the background.
locked him down, and then played against
high
the
power,
number one team at
high
the
power.
AYF that won it, that beat them last season, right?
It's that D
Played
line,
against them,
man. That D line put too much pressure, man. But I
bro.
mean, but they
That
working together like they supposed to. They working together like they supposed to. D line supposed to put pressure. DB's supposed to, you know, get them picks. But man, I don't know,
But let
man.
me finish cooking on this before
Yeah,
I
go ahead.
go.
I'm embarrassed anyway, man. Go ahead.
Hey,
So
Ken.
I like Voodoo, but I'm
Hey,
not
Ken.
going to act like I got voodoo put on me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'm not about to give them any, chance versus beating the Georgia Eagles. The Georgia Eagles are bigger, they are faster,
Check, check.
they got a secondary. Um, I don't think that them young men are going to be able to just block them like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, do you think the
Hey,
Voodoo
Ken.
has a better offense than Twin City does? Do you think they have a better offense
Yes.
than Miami Garden Raven does?
No. No. Nowhere near.
Okay,
Hey,
and you see
But
what
I
they did.
think, but I think they have a better coaching staff than both.
Yeah, coach. I don't know about that. I don't
I
know.
think they got a better coaching
Well,
staff.
yeah. I'm gonna say this, man. I did experience some questionable calls. That day, I felt like the Eagles was trying to give it to the Miami Garden Ravens. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Come on, they
I,
was
I'm
right there,
I'm
Ken.
I'm
They
gonna
was
say
right
that,
there. Come
but
on,
I'm
man.
not giving Voodoo a chance. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead, man. I'm gonna get it to that. All right,
hey,
so
Ken.
from my perspective, what
Ken.
I seen that it was supposed to be 14-0,
Mhm.
14 or 16-0. You know what I'm saying? I believe when the Georgia Eagles started off, couldn't nobody stop their offense. They were pounding the ball. They did everything that they were supposed to, right? And
Check, check,
then
check.
it's just that once they got into the your mic mute, your mic muted. Once they got into the end zone, I mean to their territory,
Check,
right on
check,
a
check.
2 yard line, they could not put the ball in, right? And I'll credit that to Miami Garden Ravens. But we all know that they were supposed to score on that possession, right? From especially on the 2 yard line.
Right.
So Miami Gardens they get the ball. The first thing that they did was they passed it. They got the pass interference, right? And once they got the what's up, Faith Family Football? I'm
Matchmakers.
gonna read
Hold
those
on,
questions in a
please.
minute. But once
Hey,
they
this
got the
Demetrius.
ball, I'm gonna say this. They passed it the first
Okay, hold
time.
on.
They got a
I'm
pass
trying to
interference,
I'm trying
right?
to patch Ken
So
in.
I agree with the second one, the fact that they went back, right?
Right. Right.
Because the way that it
You
looked
got
like
me picking
this
on them.
young
Yeah.
man, yeah, you got the shorter man that's on you, and okay, let's go ahead and utilize this disadvantage, right? So when they saw that it wasn't gonna be that, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when they should have started switching it up. But actually, the very next play after that, number 39 got the big hit.
Right.
So they were stingy. So they said that it was supposed to be somebody that was missing, a running back of theirs. I don't know what number or if he even came.
Okay,
I
But
think
do
it's.
you
Demetrius,
I
know
think it
hold
who?
on.
was number 3. I think it's
No.
number 3.
Well, then that's dismissed because he was there. He couldn't do much. They
He got.
injured
I think he
him.
got. I think he ended,
Hey,
got. Yeah, he
Ken.
ended up getting hurt.
Yeah, so they injured him. And he wasn't able to do much. You know what I'm saying? So
You
I'm
know,
not.
but I always tell them, man, these national teams, man, injuries happen like in the game, so it's next, man. I really think Miami Gardens Ravens. I don't know, man. They
I
got me
don't see.
stressed out.
Okay, I'm
How
trying to
do
get
you
I
see
Ken's
that they a
attention. Hold
better
on.
team? How do you literally?
I think that they're all. I think we seen that they have a decent. They have an okay defense. Like their defense is not bad. Their defense got quality stops. What they depend on is the how high powered offense that they have, and I think their offense really is high powered. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard for them to get a run game going. It was hard for them to get some throws, but they did it. Like they scored, right? And then their defense was very good. I think the problem is, so I think their argument is, oh, this is our real first game. Our real first game was a scrimmage. Okay, so my thing is, you don't come play the number one team if you ain't at least got 2 to 3 games under your belt. That's just not smart to me. You need to get 2 to 3 games under your belt, and then you come and play the Georgia Eagles. That's what I think. I think they need I think the coaches need 2 to 3 games to really see what works and what doesn't work outside of scrimmages.
Mm-hmm.
Then because I feel like, man, I seen something, man. They got some quality stops, Ken. I'm
Hey,
talking about quality stops.
I seen some. I seen the Georgia Eagles leave a lot of food on their
Testing,
plate.
testing,
I
That's
feel
what
the
I
same way
seen.
for the
testing,
Ravens.
Man, we can't
testing,
go. Look,
testing.
I'm gonna say this too, man.
All right, hold on.
I don't understand a lot of the play calling. I'm gonna say on the
Mm-hmm.
offense because I remember just before, it was actually two situations. Just before the half, the Eagles came out and they just threw the ball all three times.
Right.
Right? When the run game was
Pound game.
basically
Killing them.
doing very well, right? Now I could see check
Hey,
down
Ken.
plays or whatever. I could see that. But the first one, I think it was they did a spread. They tried to spread spread
Hey,
the
Ken.
offense. And then what happened? The young man fumbled. He fumbled the snap. And then I think you had mentioned, you said, well, that
Testing,
might be
testing,
the
Ken. Come in, Ken.
actual, situation that they need in order
They
to get
need it,
going,
yeah.
right?
I told them that's what they
So
need.
from that point,
Testing,
the
testing.
Georgia Eagles offense was stalemate. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't do much of nothing. And I'm
Right.
like, it was 3 minutes to go before the halftime, but you throwing the ball instead of just running it out. You know what I'm saying? And then you gave the Miami Garden Ravens a chance to try to score again. And guess what? They almost did.
Right. And
That
you got
the
to think, man, the Georgia Eagles is playing 5 to 7 yards off, and he's still throwing the ball. He's still throwing slants. Throw some hitches. Throw some quick passes. Like, they weren't throwing anything. They were not playing Florida football. Florida football is known for the hitches and the goals. The hitches, the goals, the slanting goals. Like, everything they're doing is right there where the defender is at. Like, that's why another reason I feel like they're getting so much interceptions. Like, you're throwing the ball right where the DB is at.
right,
Like, if you want to throw the ball, let's get some quick games going, like some quick game. So that's why I'm
right,
saying, like, I think that their offense is high powered. I think that the offensive coordinator really held them down, man. And I even heard the coaches on the sideline, like, man, like, throw the ball a little bit faster, man. Like, throw get some quick passes going in. Why we running all these different routes? So it's just like sometimes, man, I just feel like in those games like that, man, the eyes got bigger than their stomach. He just was
Hey,
seeing stuff.
Coach said, and that's crazy that I'm just now seeing this, and he said what we said. Coach Dede said that was a good game. Play calling was questionable for sure for the Ravens. Now I think it was questionable for both, because
Yeah, for what?
I think the Georgia Eagles left a lot on the table. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be very honest with you, and
Right,
I question the calls from for Miami Garden Ravens, the fact that they kept trying to pick on number 6, the person that was getting all the interceptions. He should have had 4, but I think he ended up dropping one. But this person that's doing, very well versus number 1, they kept trying to go to him, right? I disagree with that whole situation. And then, remember what I told you?
yeah.
You remember what I told you on the sideline when the coach came up to to us
Oh
and was
yeah,
saying, we got them now." He basically put the kids back in a mind state of relaxation and
relax.
that they were going to have this game won. And who does that? My guy,
Dream,
Coach Hill.
dream chasers, man. That's
My
dream.
guy does that. And I told you, I said, if they win, with him giving those kids this mindset, I promise you, I would go to Coach Hill, and I would not say nothing about him. Basically, putting the kids in a
Check, check.
situation to where they relax. I'm not gonna say nothing else about it. I'm just gonna roll with it. But what happened? They had momentum at the time, and then the minute he said that to us, they started messing up again. You know what I'm saying? So it's the mindset that you must put kids in order for them to win. And you
Hey,
cannot put them
Demetrius,
in the
hold on.
state of relaxation thinking that they already won. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I said it, I seen it, and I like I said, I feel like that is a situation that you will always lose in. You feel what I'm saying? But
Right.
Hey, Ken.
let me
Ken.
see. Coach Face Family said Ravens and Eagles was dealing with injuries. Yeah, they both
Hey,
were. But I don't understand how do they say that the Miami Garden Ravens had injuries? Was he hurt before the game? Because
Right.
if he got hurt during the game, I'm not counting the
Yeah.
Miami Garden Ravens. Did he get hurt before the game or
That's a
during
good
the game?
question, man. I don't know.
So if it's,
I'm gonna say before just to help me out. So I'm gonna say before.
he want the advantage. Okay.
Hey, Ken.
Coach Faye family said he would like to see the rematch with both teams fully healthy. Now I'm hearing
Hey, Ken.
that the Georgia Eagles had 2 players that was missing. You feel what I'm saying? So, hey man, it evens out. It pans out.
Right.
He said someone else is talking in the background. I don't know which one. He said somebody else was.
He said your engineer trying to get your attention.
Oh, Dave was trying to get my attention. Okay.
Hey, Ken, can you hear
Boss
me?
Money Capsity says if that offense was high powered, one player being out the game wouldn't stop them from scoring. Ooh,
Off that talk, George.
ooh,
Hey, I
hey,
hear you, man, Boss Money.
hey,
I
what you
ain't
got to say to that?
disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. I agree with you 110%. I really think it was play calling because even when number 3 went out, they was still had an ability to, come and play football. I really think if the coach calls a better game, calls faster throwing plays, right? I think we got a better game. Also, too, a lot of times, man, when you got big a big defensive line or a really shifty, quick defensive line, you don't want to keep trying to go to the outside. They reading it. I think some of their best plays they had when they going straight downhill at those guys. You got to go at them. You can't go side to side. You allowing them to hit and read where you going. You got to go at them. You can't try to avoid it. So they trying to be like, we faster than them. We're gonna get to the outside. No, they too aggressive off the block. You got to go at them, make them like react to you. Don't let them see the play, make them react to you. Go right at them. So I mean, I think it's those. I think it's some adjustments they can make, man. We'll see a better game. We'll see a better game. It ain't on. It'll never be a blowout. I don't think nobody blowing out the Georgia Eagles.
Okay, he says Dave says Demetrius is on the phone. All right, we got somebody on the phone. We got a caller.
Hey, Demetrius.
Hey, let me know, Dave. If we got
Hey,
a
Ken, can
caller,
you hear?
yeah, definitely let him on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
All right.
Demetrius is on.
But yeah,
Demetrius
let
is
me
on the
see.
line.
Let me see what it is.
Ken, can you hear Demetrius?
All right, he says, yeah, but I don't hear nobody saying nothing, Dave. So definitely, let them on if they on. He says 6 was Boss Money says 6 was back to back to back with the
6 was
interception.
back to back. Shout out to him. He a baller. I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah, so
He's a
Hey, Demetrius.
baller.
Let
so
me
I
let
gotta
me let
ask
me
this
let me figure
question
this
then.
out. I'll call you
How
back.
do you feel like they're gonna actually win the game if they can't throw the ball or they can't run the ball?
My thing is, why you throwing the ball in the same area as this kid?
But how do you win if you can't pass the ball or you
You
can't run
can
the
pass
ball?
the ball. You got to spread it out. They trying to throw the ball to one player.
Hold on, bro. What you mean you gotta spread it out? That's all they ran was spread offense.
No, when I say you got to spread it out, like you gotta throw the ball to different kids. Like, and if you see number 6 is that guy, okay, cool. He done took away half of the field, but okay, I understand. Like we gonna throw it. We gonna switch sides. Let's see what somebody else doing on the opposite side.
Man, they
You feel what
saw
I'm
number
saying?
13 was that guy too.
Number
Number
13 was
13.
good.
Hey
13 was
man,
good,
number
but
13, he was definitely,
yeah,
yeah, he
he
was
was
definitely doing
balling.
his thing.
A lot of that was, man, you allowed the kids to get their confidence up though. You know what I'm saying? You didn't allow, like, come on, man. You let somebody get 3 interceptions back to back to back. Come on, bro. You letting this man his confidence, and he done got his other, not the other DBs, like, I got tightened up, man. He done got 2 on me. I got to at least get 1.
Yeah, I just did a video saying that the genius of the defensive coordinator of the Georgia Eagles,
Right.
they made an adjustment very quick. So they seen that number 1, yes, he had a little bit of height on number 13. Number 13, even after the second one, he blocked the ball or whatever. But they wanted to make it even a little bit more easier.
Right.
So 13 went to go play on the other side, right, and played against the guy that was his size.
Right.
Now you said that he should have spread the ball out.
Right.
He was locked down. It wasn't no spreading the ball out. So I have to ask you again. if you can't pass the ball
You can
and you
pass it
can't
if you
run the
throw
ball,
quick passes. If all your passes, if all you're gonna do is run slants and they already 7 yards off, you're never gonna win the game, bro.
they
You
did
gotta
that though.
give quick. They weren't giving no quick passes.
They did though.
Like
What
they
happened
was
was
not throwing no hitches.
they end up
Oh well,
going
you're right. They
backwards.
threw maybe one or two. They threw maybe one or two. You gotta keep going at it. One of them gonna break. One of them gonna break. That's just like when they started going downhill. They might go downhill, get 5, 6, 7 yards. Then they'll try to go outside again, passing the ball, punt. What are we doing? You just got 7 yards. Make them stop the 7 yards. The difference is the Georgia Eagles, they did the same thing over and over and over and over and over again until they stopped it.
Hey Dave, what's up with Demetrius? Let me know on that situation. But nah, man, I'm gonna say this though. I do agree that there was definitely some questionable calls on with the Miami Garden Ravens, right?
Right.
I definitely agree with that. But you gotta also understand that it was both ways. It was
Yeah.
mutual.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it kind of
It balanced out.
yeah, it balanced out. You know what I'm saying? So if we
But you
put
acting like my team got blew out, man. My boys ain't Ravens ain't get blown out, man. They just
nah,
lost.
they did not get blown out, but they did get lucky on that touchdown play.
Come on,
They
man.
did, on number 6,
Mm,
even though he scored, he wanted to go at number 6 again. You know what I'm saying? He got him to bite that time.
right.
But I will say this. I knew, and I talked to my guy, man, the Seal Sports, right? He told me that the game was gonna be 22, no, about 26-12. And I told him, I said, nah, I don't think that's gonna be the
Yeah.
case. You feel what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
like, they too stingy on defense. I know a great defense when I
Right.
see one.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with the Georgia Eagles. You got a defensive line, multiple. You got bro, you got every piece that you need. A great safety, and then the thing that a lot of people didn't pay attention to was that they had 2 or 3 people right there by the ball every time they threw it. You know what I'm saying? So you
Right.
were bound to throw an interception. Your best bet was to try to throw a slant pass that wasn't going to work anyway. That was the best bet. You know what I'm saying? Because they they wasn't going nowhere. I'm telling you though. But
Yeah.
but you gotta tell me. You gotta tell me, what do you feel like they can do in order to be better next time? Because I don't see them. I want to say 9 out of 10 times I see Georgia Eagles winning.
Okay. I think the first thing they got to understand momentum. You got to understand momentum. You got to understand drive killers, right? So I think you come out like you say, you get that pass interference, you got to go right back at him. After he done shown you, okay, he got a knockdown. Okay, cool. We back on play 2. Let's run the ball. Let's see. Let's go at this high power D line. Let's see what they're gonna do if we go up these numbers, right? I think you gotta explode that. I think when you're playing a Georgia Eagles, you cannot be one dimensional, 2 dimensional, 3 dimensional. Everything you got to pull it out that day. You can't leave nothing like, man, I don't know why we ain't caught. Like, you can't leave that game saying, why we didn't use this. When you playing the Georgia Eagles, I'm talking about your playbook that week. You better run every play in that book. And whatever is working, you got to run that till it don't work no more. You got to make the Georgia Eagles adjust. Don't adjust before they adjust. That'll be my number one thing I would tell the Ravens. Do not adjust before the Eagles adjust. Make them adjust, then go right to the next joint.
Yeah, they
Like,
definitely adjusted. Adjusted the third play.
yeah, the third.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
on the
saying.
defense. Yeah.
Now, what adjustment did the Ravens make? None.
They didn't know what adjustments to make because it was still early. It still was
Yeah,
early in the game,
yeah,
so you didn't see what they was
yeah.
coming with. You know
But the
what I'm
thing
saying?
about it is, you come on, man. You didn't watch them. You didn't watch them play at least 2 times. I think at this. I think Georgia Eagles played 2 times at least. So I know you didn't watch them. Like, I don't know, man. I think the Ravens left a lot. Like, when I watch them, I feel like I see them run so many different formations and plays. And then it seemed like on Saturday They came in with a game plan. They like, man, we gonna just run this, and it's just like, no, bro. This is when you playing the Eagles. This stingy defense, you got to come with a lot, especially when when you're not even known for defense, and your defense is standing up. They're leaving the game for y'all. Give me something. Like,
Yeah.
OC, give me something. Give me a double reverse or something. Like, give me something. Give me a trick play. Give me something.
Faith Family Football said that that 3 came in the game for one play on defense at the safety and then left right after. And he said he limped on the field. He says, my
Mm-hmm.
guess is that happened before the game. So, I think the way it sounds, Faith Family Football might actually have wanted the Miami Garden Ravens to win.
Nah, he
That's what
right. He
that's what it
right.
sound like, trying
My
to help him with
man
the
limped.
excuse,
Come
man. I don't
on,
know.
man. He limped on the field and everything. Come
I
on,
didn't
bro.
see
This
no
game don't
limping.
even.
I didn't
This
see
game
no
don't even
limping.
really count against my record, bro.
Man, look, I
Man
seen
limped on the field.
I seen him kneel down
Yeah,
comfortably. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't know. He probably was though. You know what I'm saying? The young man, he came with a he definitely had a lot of heart, either way to be injured if he was and to still go out there on the field to try to help his team win.
Right.
And
Good
then
job.
Boss Money Capsity says, and the Eagles had a uh, big old number one out that didn't even suit up to the game. So if he played, that might been able to run that off. They might not been able to run it off. And then
Right.
Boss Money said, "I gotta watch that game again."
Me
Yeah,
too.
that was it was definitely a really good game. It was worth every um, second of watching. You know what I'm saying? I just knew that the Eagles was gonna win it because when you start off playing a team like um, Twin City and you win that game, like his momentum is all the way on your side. Even though the Miami Garden Ravens played the 11U and the coach tried to use that as an excuse, try to
Right.
say it was just a scrimmage, I
Yeah.
ain't hearing none of that. That's all
Me.
I'm gonna say. I don't
Me.
want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Me either.
Y'all played. Y'all got some of that rust off. You know what I'm saying? The thing that I believe is that the coaches hurt the players, and I believe that happened on both sides. I
Right.
believe that both teams left a lot on the field. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see no way that I mean not the Georgia Eagles, but Miami Garden Ravens. I don't see no way that they can actually make the adjustments and then score more than one touchdown on them.
Right.
I don't see it. I've been trying to see it. I don't see what you can do because it's always like 6 men to the ball.
Right.
One get a hand on you, slow you down, slow your momentum, and then next thing you know, you getting tackled by 4 or 5 other guys.
Right.
So
Right.
how do you stop that?
Right. It's not. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's not stoppable. Like you just gotta. I don't know, man. Somebody got. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed in the Ravens, man. I'm a
Hey,
little disappointed in the Ravens, man.
yeah, man. But go ahead and take over, man, because I gotta go ahead and do something right quick.
Yeah. So I got a couple more minutes with y'all. Um, so I want to talk to y'all real quick about that game, man. I want y'all to tell me. So I'm reading some a little bit. I say that Faith Family said I honestly was a little disappointed with the Georgia Eagles, with Miami Gardens missing arguably the most dynamic player on the field, and the game was that close. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I've been saying. Faith Family. I'm like, bro, I really feel like Miami Gardens is really just a high powered like offense, bro. And I really feel like their defense stood up. Like I didn't know that Miami had that good of a defense. Did anybody else know? I didn't know. If y'all did that, y'all knew, let me know. I did not know that Miami had that good of a defense. So I'm sitting here watching this game. I'm like, bro, can we get some quicker passes? Can we go a little bit downhill more? Like I feel like we're running a little bit too much trying to do off tackle. We're running a little bit too much east and west. Let's get a little bit downhill. Let's get some hitches. And let's get some quick stuff going. Like, or let's speed this offense up. Like, I feel like I didn't seen their offense really speed up. I didn't seen them go no huddle and all of that. Why are we moving so slow? Like, this is what Florida football is about: speeding the offense up, making people play on their heels. You giving the Eagles way too much time to adjust, and they are that good. Like, they are that good, bro. Like, what are we talking about? So, man, I don't. It's a lot, man, y'all. When I tell y'all, it's a lot. It's a lot that came to this game that really let me down. Um, Somebody said it was a 2 point game last year. I feel like it'll be a 2 point game again. I'm telling y'all, I really feel like the Miami Gardens Ravens can beat the Georgia Eagles. I think the Georgia Eagles has a really, really, really good team. I think their defense is one of the best on 10U. But I think their offense has question marks. I think their offense has question marks. So when Ken says he don't give like Atlanta Voodoo no chance, I think what he don't understand is Atlanta Voodoo is going to do what I wanted the Miami Gardens Ravens to do. They're going to speed that thing up. You're not going to have time to adjust to switch out that D line and put those other big boys in. They're going to give some misdirection. Like, everybody knew who was getting the ball on the Ravens. We knew what they was about to run. It was no misdirection. There was no quickness in their offense. Like, it was just super sluggish, man. Like, super slow, super sluggish, man. Um, Boss Money says exactly. Got to make Eagles adjust, man. It wasn't no adjustments. Like, the Ravens didn't do anything outside of those first two passing plays that I felt like made the Eagles say, you know what, hey, let's switch it up. They didn't do anything. Like, they literally ran the same things over and over again. And then that could go back to what I was saying about, you play a scrimmage and then you come here to try to play the number one team. That doesn't kind of make no sense, man. You got to be outside at least a week or two, right? You need to at least get 3 games under your belt before you ever come and try to play a team like this. So at this point, if we never see the Ravens play them again, it doesn't matter what the Ravens. I'm not gonna say it don't matter, but it kind of is like it matters less what the Ravens do the rest of the season. Because we're going to always feel like, well, y'all good. Y'all might be the number one team there, but y'all ain't number one team over here. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like for the rest of the season, they kind of capped that at number 2 unless they come and get their lick back. So Boss Money again, they had a better playbook versus that 11U. That's what I'm saying. I watched that game, man. I watched that game, and that's what made me say, I don't feel like the Georgia Eagles has ever seen anything like this. I don't think that defense has ever seen anything where you got a high-level defense and you got a high-level offense, right? And this high-level offense is going to make that defense adjust so much that now your offense got to come out and be a high-powered offense. And I don't think the Georgia Eagles have a high-powered offense. Now, they have a great offense. I don't want nobody to think I'm saying they're sorry. They have a great offense, but it doesn't even match the level of their defense. So I'm thinking, okay, the Ravens is going to bring something that the Eagles never seen. And then in the Ravens defense, all they got to do is be serviceable. So, man, I'm a little disappointed about that. Bossman again, when 3 left the game, that was one less adjustment the Georgia Eagles had to make. Exactly. Y'all can't tell me, man, if y'all think if three plays healthy, which we can't say if was a fifth, right? But if 3 plays healthy, bro, come on, man. What we talking about? What are we talking about? We talking about one of the most explosive kids I feel like we didn't see. Ken, do you remember when Chris Johnson with the Titans? What about Jamal Charles with the Chiefs? Miami Garden River missing that kid. He is that kid, bro. Like, he is it. I feel like he's a difference maker. So we was talking about So Icy, and the Georgia Buckeyes and a lot of these other teams earlier, right? That's what that is. Like, one kid, like your most explosive player, that player makes a difference on things. But at the same time, I feel like coaching, man, coaching again. If you know you missing your most explosive player, this is time to open up your offense. Don't try to do what you would do if you had him. Now you got to be like, all right, we missing him. We got to open this thing up. And if you can't open it up, then you shouldn't have came up here if you wasn't ready to open up your offense. Or 2, when you in practice, man, you got to make sure that you working a lot of different variations and stuff, man. Because it really felt like when 3 was missing, they couldn't do anything. Like, their offense was all based around him, which at 10, your offense shouldn't be based around. You shouldn't do that, right? Like, you can have him be your most explosive player, your number one back, your number one everything, but you got to have some other pieces around him that says, all right, if he go down, I can do this, and this. And I feel like I didn't seen the Ravens. At minimum, bro, y'all got to at least admit, bro, they should have sped the offense up. The offense was way too slow to be going against the Georgia Eagles. You got to speed this offense all the way up. So, man, that's my 2 cents, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I had to rant today. I told Kenny got to give me a couple more minutes to rant because I'm 0-2, man. I'm 0-2 on the season. I will not be losing no more, right? And yes, I'm taking Dream Chasers the rest of the year, and I'm still not gonna lose no more, right? So I'm not losing no more. I'm 0-2. TMT, shout out to TMT. You know what I'm saying? That was my first loss of the season. Shout out to the Georgia Eagles. That was my second loss of the season. But y'all gonna see, man, I'm gonna go like 20-2 for the rest of the year. So, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I will be doing a matchmaker on Fridays coming real soon. Sports Fanatic is taking over matchmaker on Fridays, man, right before these big games, so we can start talking about, who I got. Right now I'm on 2, so like I told y'all, I'm finna go 30-2, man. I ain't losing another. I'm gonna tell y'all who gonna win nationals real soon too, around August. So just keep a lookout for that. And I appreciate y'all, man. Fanatic out.